Hi divas and welcome or welcome back. I'm thinking of starting a new series that is kind of like a book club. I'm thinking of doing like one video per month because I'm really having like the goal this year to read a book per month. If I get to read more, then I'll share those with you guys because I've been reading such interesting books that I feel like with our crazy routines and everything, sometimes we don't have the time to sit down and really like process what we just read or really pick up the book and read it when we get suggested it. So I'm thinking that I'll just give you guys a little bit of a reflection and some interesting points of the books that I'm reading because I think that would be helpful. I actually need to like reread some of the books that I was reading so I can refresh it in my mind for you guys, but I think it's a win-win. This month I read this book that is called Amores Verdaderos, that I think in English it's called One True Loves, and it goes so hand in hand with one of the topics that I wanted to discuss with you guys, so I think it's the universe giving me the green flag to go ahead and do the video. This book is about a woman. It's honestly so beautiful, like look at this. It's my friend's, and like the book has water on it, and I accidentally dropped a little bit of water on it, so I don't know. It has me, this book honestly has me in my feels. I'm really big on seeing like the signs that the universe is trying to offer me everywhere around me and in my life, and I think the universe is constantly speaking to us if we're paying attention and ready to listen. I was really into two different guys that I thought were really interesting that could be possible like love interests for me in the future. And then I started reading this book. The book is basically about a woman that has to decide between two loves. A love in the past. She basically gets married, and then a year after she's gotten married, her husband goes on a trip on a helicopter, and the helicopter falls. She thinks for a long while that he has passed away because they don't retrieve his body in the fall, and she like grieves, becomes very distressed, and later goes on to move on. And once she has already moved on and is ready to marry someone else, got proposed to, she discovers that her husband that died in the helicopter accident hasn't passed away. And then she has to decide which love is the one that she's gonna choose. I honestly think that this is like such an interesting topic. There's a movie called Eternity that I think just came out. I haven't watched it, but I think it's a similar topic. That the lady gets married and then her husband passes away and then she gets married again. And then when she gets to heaven, they're both there. And I think it's just, I don't know, I watched a tarot reading once. Why can I not get to the point, right? But I watched a tarot reading once that was talking about how sometimes the point of that situation is for us to choose and for us to understand ourselves and our needs, our desires, how we want to be loved, and who brings out the best in us, I think, in a way. I think having too many choices and comparison and everything that we have like such an abundance of in today's society really makes it difficult for us to kind of like, sorry guys, I was completely spacing out looking over there, but it makes it difficult for us to settle and to choose, and the comparison of it all really creates doubt. I think a topic that I was pondering about and the two people that I was interested in and that came up in this book, which is so synchronistic, was what brings more fulfillment? Opposites? Like opposites attract each other, or people that are very similar? My parents are such like opposites to each other, and I think that they really complement each other. But there's also points where they clash really profoundly. And like me and my mom are very similar, and there's lots of things that I do with my mom. Like we go to concerts and we spend hours in the ocean and we just have fun doing things that my dad would never do. My dad is the type of person that like gets into the ocean and gets out quickly. He goes to like every time he goes to a concert, he doesn't even know who the singer is. He's not someone that casually listens to music at home and like dances. So for him, it's a very different experience. For me and my mom, we're so similar that we enjoy it in a very similar way. And it's so funny because me and my mom, we have a big thing that we get into the ocean and we like to, what's the name? Like float with like your arms open and your legs up and just lay there floating. And we can spend honestly like a whole hour just floating, not even talking to each other, just floating in the ocean. And my sister's boyfriend came to Brazil for New Year's and we went into the ocean, me, my sister's boyfriend, and my mom. And he did exactly what we were doing. We all spent like the three of us floating in like different parts of the ocean just together for like up to an hour. And it was so funny and so fulfilling to have someone that is enjoying so profoundly what you're enjoying. I think that's kind of giving a little hint into what I think is nicer. I think I might be going towards people that are similar, are more, I don't even think I would go as far to say destined to be together, but I would say like, I don't know. I feel like I have so much fun with people that are so alike with me, but I also went out with a guy that was very similar to me in a specific way and we clashed. So I think that kind of threw me off. I also strongly believe in like opposites attract each other because sometimes that person can offer you something that you lack. I know that when I watched How I Met Your Mother, there's a character called Ted that is basically a hopeless romantic and he's all over the place. He's so like me. Like I've never watched a series and related so much to a character like I do to him. And I wish that wasn't the case because I don't know. We don't choose how we are, right, in the world. And I'm so much like Ted. I'm such a hopeless romantic. I'm such a like big gestures type of person of declarations of love. And my friend once introduced me to her friend that she said is exactly like this. And I remember watching like Ted's storyline throughout the series when I watched it. I honestly want to rewatch it. And I had this feeling that I was gonna meet the person that I was supposed to be with when like once he met the person that he was supposed to be with, like when he met the mother. And that's so crazy to me because why am I like this? But I guess it just is what it is. And I started thinking like maybe there's nothing better than to find someone that can love you in the way that you love and the intensity that you love with the dramatics that you love. I don't know. I've always been the person that was like over and a lot and intense and in my feelings. And I know I've always gone for people that were more serious and stoic and didn't have that fun, playful, light energy. The thought of going for someone that is just like me makes me so happy because I don't know, I love myself obviously, right? Like if we don't, like the only choice is to love ourselves because if we don't choose to love ourselves, what are we doing, right? But that came out a little annoying, but really, I haven't loved myself for a long period of my life, and then I realized that we have two choices. Either we can change the things that we don't like and accept the things that we can't change, or we're choosing a path of suffering. So, I don't know, I'm excited. I came on here and I was like, oh my god, like, I am so into this guy that I met. It's been 2 weeks. I'm already over him, and I'm ready on to the next. And for a while, I thought I was so crazy. I don't know, I think I just have such a capacity to, and to see the beauty and the potential in someone that it's so easy for me to love in a dramatic way. But it's also very, like, I think I blame, honestly, my Aries Venus. Because as much as I get infatuated, I also lose interest really quickly. So I'm trying to let myself soothe into possibly meeting someone that is dramatic just like me, and the thought of how much that excites me gets me really just, I don't know, giddy for the future. So I know I didn't talk too much about the book because I also don't want to be like spoiling the book for you guys. I think that would be kind of rude for me to come here and say everything, but I think it's honestly like, I don't want to spoil it, so I don't want to say too much. The book touched on the topic of who we are around the people that we love, and sometimes the fact that people love versions of us that we aren't anymore, and how we can have so much love for someone and still them not being like the right person for us, and being able to let go, knowing that we have to have like trust in the universe and the pieces of the puzzle truly do align in the most auspicious way when we never imagined it. So I don't know if this is even like a possible thing for like a book kind of club, but maybe this is like what it would be like to be at a book club with me. Love you. Bye.